Hello, this is Jamie with Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make a stuffy candy corn decoration for Halloween or for fall. I just made mine like this. I did not put a face or any kind of embellishment on it, but you're more than welcome to do that if you want to put in some safety eyes or, make a little smile or crochet something. I just wanted a regular candy corn. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. And what you will need is a 9mm hook. Although you can use any size, it will just change the size of what I've made. And then you will need some scissors, a yarn needle to sew in your ends, and a stitch marker, and some polyfill to stuff. And then the yarns that I used a yellow, orange, and like kind of, you could use white or cream. I used kind of a cream color. And I used Bernat blanket and Bernat baby blanket yarns. So that's a size 6. I'm not sure how much I used for each. It's just such a small amount. I really am not sure, but it wasn't much at all. And this is like a chenille polyester type of yarn, but you could use, I mean, even if you just have a size 4 yarn and you want to make this with a size 5mm hook, you could do that. It's just going to be a lot smaller. So use what you have. This one measures about 9 inches across the bottom and about 8 inches in height. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I also just want to say I know that I sound nasally. I apologize. I know that can be annoying, but I will put the written part of the pattern up on the screen the whole time. So if you want to put me on mute, you can do that and just follow along with the written on the screen. And then also, if I'm going too fast or too slow, you can change the speed in the settings. I think it's up here somewhere. You can either speed the video up or slow it down. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I put some Halloween nails on because I have this I'm hoping to record today, and then like a little ghost and a ghost pillow. So stay tuned for those as well. And we're going to start with our yellow. So starting with the yellow, we're going to do a slip knot, and then we are going to chain up 17. Okay, so go ahead and do your chain, and I'll meet you right back when we have 17. All right, I have my chain of 17, and you're going to want to grab your stitch marker. We'll start using that. This is worked in the round, and we don't slip stitch after every one, so you want to be able to see where you're starting. Okay, so for round 1, we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not the very first one here, but the second. And I know this yarn can sometimes be a little difficult to find your stitches, but just do the best that you can. And we're going to single crochet in that second chain from the hook, and then we're going to mark that very first single crochet, just so we remember where we started. And then in that same chain that we just went into, you're going to do one more single crochet. So we're doing an increase to begin with. And from here, we're going to do a single crochet in the next 14 chains. Just one single crochet in each. So I'll pause the video, you could do your 14, and I'll meet you right back. And you should have one stitch left at the end after your 14. Okay, I've done my 14, and I have one chain left here. And in that very last chain, we're going to do 4 single crochet to work our way around. So just go into the very last one and work 4 single crochet there. And it should start to turn a little bit, and that's good. That's what we want it to do. Because we're going to work down the back side then. Okay, so we have 4 there. And then we're just going to repeat kind of on the back side. So I know this is a little more difficult to go into, especially with this yarn. It's kind of hard to see because those were just the bottoms of the chain. But we need to do 14 back down this side. So you see we just went into the end here. The next one will be right under there. And I also drag this yarn with me. You can sew that in at the end if you want. I just put it behind the stitch so that it's easier. Okay, so we're going to do 14 in these back stitches here. So there's 1. And then you can kind of see the next hole here. It's 2. Then you can see the next one. 3. So go ahead and do your 14, and you should have 1 stitch left, and I'll meet you right back. All right, I've done 14, and it's kind of hard to see at the end here, but you do have 1 left. So in that very last one, we're going to do 2 single crochet. So we'll do an increase to end the round 1 there. And this is about what you should have at the end of round 1. Okay, so for round 2, we are going to go into this very first one that we marked, and we're going to do 2 single crochet into that very first stitch. But you want to mark your first one. So mark your first, and then go back in there and do another single crochet. Okay, and then in the second stitch, we're going to do 2 more single crochet. Sorry, I should have said at the end of round 1, you should have 36 stitches. Okay, and then we are going to go down the row again and single crochet 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then in the next 4 stitches, we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of those. So 1, 2 in the first, 1, 2 in the second, 1, 2 in the third, 1, 2 in the fourth. Okay, and then we're going to do 14 back down this side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and you should have 2 stitches left. And at the end, we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. So we're increasing in each. 2 in that one, 2 in that one. And at the end of round 2, you should have 44 stitches. This is just my yarn that I pulled through, so I can cut that now. That was a little piece that I pulled through in the beginning. Okay, so we're going to move on to round 3, and for rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6, we are just going to do 1 single crochet all the way around in every stitch. So we're going to just start building up the bottom part here. Okay, so for round 3, just make sure that you mark your first stitch at the beginning of every round so you know where you're at. So round 3, we're just going to go around and single crochet in every single stitch, and you'll have 44 at the end of each. So we're going to do that for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now when you get to 6, I'm going to let you go and do it yourself, but when you get to 6, don't do the very last stitch because we're going to pull through our orange, and I just want to show you how I do it. So go ahead and do 3, 4, 5, 6, but leave the last stitch, and I'll meet you right back. Okay, I'm coming around to my last stitch for round 6, and we are going to change to our orange yarn. So this is how I do it. You can do it any way you want. Sometimes when you're just working in the round, you'll see like a big discrepancy between where you change colors because it just doesn't look right. So this kind of helps to make it look a little bit more smooth. So go ahead and start your last single crochet and pull up your 2 loops, and then you're going to pull through with the orange yarn to finish that off. And then let me grab this. And then to start the next round, to start round 7, we're going to start with a single crochet, but what I'm going to do first is do a slip stitch into that very first stitch of round 7. So I'm going to slip stitch first, and then I'm going to go back in there and do my single crochet. So do your single crochet and pull through, and it might feel a little tight to pull through because that was a slip stitch, but then it just makes it a nice transition there. And then you'll want to mark your first single crochet. And now make sure that you don't mark the last stitch of the round is going to look orange because we pulled through with the orange. So make sure that you actually are marking the first single crochet and not that last one. Okay, and then to start round 7, we are going to do single crochet. I'm just pulling these around the back just for a couple stitches to secure them, and then I'll cut those off. So we're going to do 3 single crochet. So we did 1, we're going to do 2, and then 3. And then we're going to single crochet 2 together or do a decrease. So if you're unfamiliar with that, it's really easy. You're just going to go in like you're doing a regular single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then instead of pulling through that, we're going to go into the very next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. And I'm going to cut these now just so it looks a little easier when I'm showing you how to do this. And that's going to be our pattern all the way around for round 7. We're going to do 3 single crochet. So go into the next and do 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do a decrease. So I'll show you that one more time. Go in and pull up a loop like you're doing your regular single crochet, and then go into the next, yarn over and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that's your decrease. Okay, so for round 7, we're going to repeat that 3 single crochet, decrease, 3 single crochet, decrease, and then at the end you'll have 1 stitch left. We'll just do a single crochet into that stitch. So go ahead and pause the video, do yours, and I'll meet you back. And at the end of round 7, we should have 36 stitches. Okay, I'm coming up to the end, and I'm sorry, we don't have an extra stitch at the end where we should end with a decrease. But remember, that one is starting, that one that we're ending with looks orange, and that's okay. So, because we pulled that through on the very last stitch. So we're going to go in here. I have 2 stitches left, this one and the orange one, and we're going to do our decrease there. And that will be 36 stitches to end round 7. Okay, so that's where we're at. And to do rounds 8, 9, and 10, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So make sure that you do mark your very first stitch. This is the beginning of round 8. And we're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch around for 8, 9, and 10. And so you should have 36 stitches at the end of each of those rounds. So I will meet you back after round 10. Alright, this is where we should be at after round 10. And we're going to move right on to round 11. So we are going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches. Make sure that you mark that very first one. So that's 1, 2, and then we're going to decrease. So single crochet 2 together. And that will be our repeat all the way around. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then a single crochet decrease. Okay, so finish up round 11 and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, after round 11 you should have 27 stitches and you should have ended with a decrease. So moving on to round 12, we are going to do the same thing for round 12. We're going to single crochet in the very first 2 stitches. And then we're going to do a decrease. Okay, so go ahead and do 12, but don't do your last stitch because we're going to pull through the white. So I'll meet you back at the end of round 12. Okay, at the end of round 12 here, you're not going to be able to do a decrease in the last, like we've just done 2 stitches, regular single crochets, and you have 1 stitch left. So we're just going to do a regular single crochet there, but we're going to pull through our white yarn. So remember, go ahead and start your single crochet, and then we will pull through the white for the last portion of that. And then to start round 13, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. But to start we are going to go into that very first stitch and do a slip stitch first, and then we'll go back into the same stitch and do a single crochet. Okay, and we'll mark that one. So that will be our first stitch of round 13. And for round 13, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So you will have 21 stitches at the end of round 12, and then at the end of round 13, you'll also have 21 stitches. And I just want to, I'll just stay on here and do this and just say thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope this was helpful for you and that you enjoyed it. I do love comments, so if you have any comments, if you can let me know how this worked out, who you made it for, if you're going to do any embellishing, what you're using it for. I always love to hear those comments below. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you. I do have a lot of different videos up, like plushie videos, but I also have a lot of other stuff, stitch videos, yarn videos, tons of different patterns, like free pattern tutorials. So I hope you could find something that you enjoy. Please take a look. And if you could like this video, I would really appreciate that. That's very helpful for my channel as well. I've started to grow it pretty good, and I think I'm at like 14,000 subscribers right now, and I love having everybody. So thank you so much for being here. And make sure that you get into this very last one again. It's going to look like it's white because we pulled that through from the last. Okay, so from here, you're probably going to want to start stuffing, and then we can stuff a little bit more at the end. We only have 3 more rounds, and it's going to get small quickly. So I'm going to start stuffing mine, and just make sure that you get like all the way into the bottom corners. Well, I mean, you could stuff it as much or as little as you want. Some people don't really like it to be tightly stuffed. You know, they want to be able to squish it a lot, but you want to make sure that you get down into the corners so that that's full. Okay, so go ahead and stuff yours, and I'll come right back, and then we'll finish off these last 3 rounds. Okay, when you feel like you've stuffed yours enough for now, and like I said, we can stuff a little bit more too as we go. We will start round 14. So for round 14, we're just going to do a single crochet in the first stitch. Mark your stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease, and we'll do that all the way around. So go ahead and do yours, single crochet, and then a single crochet decrease, and I'll meet you back after round 14. All right, and you'll have 15 stitches at the end. Your last stitch will just be a single crochet. And then for round 15, we are going to start with a decrease, and then we're just going to single crochet all the way around for the rest of them. And you should have 14 stitches at the end of round 15. Okay, so I'll meet you back after round 15. All right, end of round 15, you should have 14 stitches, and then I'm going to stuff the rest of mine here because we just have 1 round left. So you want to make sure that you get your stuffing in as much as you'd like. We're almost done here. So like I said, I hope you like this project, and I hope you take a look at my other things. I am making a ghost today and a ghost pillow, so if you're watching this when it first came out, those will probably be up in the next 2 days because I have to edit the videos and everything, but if you're watching this any other time, those should be up already, so take a look at my channel if you want to make those, or anything that's not even Halloween related. I have a lot of other things up as well, and a lot more coming. It's just like time, you know, we don't have enough time for everything. Okay, so I am happy with the stuffing there, and we'll just do round 16, which is just going to be decreases all the way around. So we're going to do 7 decreases. So single crochet 2 together 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Hopefully you can see this. I used a black background today because I thought with the white yarn it might be easier to see. Alright, so when you finish there, I'm just going to slip stitch into this last stitch here, or first stitch, slip stitch, and then I do a chain and then tie off. But leave a long tail so we can sew in our ends. And you're going to grab your needle, your sewing needle. You can just pull this through. And we're just going to take the yarn and put it on the needle and cinch up the top, and then we'll be finished. Maybe. This yarn is kind of thick. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me get this done and I'll be right back. There we go. Okay, so to cinch up the top, and if you need to put any more stuffing in there, I just put like a little bit. A little more just to make sure. Okay, to cinch up the top, I'm just going to go underneath each stitch. I try to do like just the, sorry, hope you can see that. I try to do just like the front loop, but it doesn't matter. You could go through the whole loop. And I just go around every stitch on top, all 7 of those. 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then just pull it like a drawstring. But be careful when you pull because this yarn will break sometimes. Okay, so it should be completely closed on top, and then I just go through like maybe a couple times back and forth. Don't pull too tight because you don't want to change the shape, but I just want to make sure that it's completely secured up there and there are no holes. If you see any holes, you can just go around and close them. And then when I feel like it's perfectly secure, I'll just go down into a stitch, and then you can come out like on the other side anywhere. Pull that through, like I said, not too tight, and then you can just cut your yarn. And there you have it, you're all done. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to have you on my channel. Please check out other things and let me know how this worked out for you. And I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. This is my favorite holiday. So cheers, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.